Hello everyone, I'm Teresa. Welcome to Stretch and Restore. So for today's class, you are going to need 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use a big book or shoe box or any other kind of box. And then also a strap. So this isn't technically a yoga strap, but it's something I found in my house that you can use. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use one of these stretchy things. You can also use a tie, basically anything that can allow you to stretch. I also have a towel and a water for myself, and of course a yoga mat. So do what you can. We are going to be stretching, so holding poses for longer periods of time. Rest if you need to, and all of my classes start with some heating because I like to warm up the body before we hold the stretches. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start in child's pose today. So make your way onto your knees. Your knees are going to be wide edges of your mat or wider if you'd like. Bring your big toes to touch, and now we're going to start to lengthen the torso and upper body forward. Bring your forehead down to the floor. And then just take a little bit of movement side to side on the forehead, right to left with your hips. And then start to slowly settle in, finding stillness here where we will work the breath. Let's take a deep breath into the low belly. Feel the low belly expand into that space towards the earth. Open your mouth and exhale. Inhale, breathe into the lower belly. Exhale out the mouth. One more time together. Exhale out the mouth. And then let the breath travel in and out of the nose. Keep your lips sealed, but a soft separation between your teeth. Tongue rests at the bottom of the mouth. Let the shoulders roll down the back, away from your neck and ears. Let's take 5 more rich breaths. And then start to shift your body a little side to side. Plant down through your fingertips, knuckles, and palms. And let's circle the torso to the right. Get some movement in the ribs. And then begin to circle your torso to the left. 3 more. And then on your next inhale, draw your shoulders over your wrists. Modified plank. Exhale, hips back to heels. Inhale, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, hips back. One more time. We'll bring your shoulders over your wrists and point your toes up to the ceiling. Exhale, hips back to heels. 2 more. Point your toes to the sky. Exhale, come back. Last one, toes up. Exhale, release. Walk your hands in. Draw your knees together, feet together. We're going to sit on our heels here. If you need support, you can sit up on a block. And then roll the shoulders back and down. Let's do that 2 more times. Shrug the shoulders up, pause. Exhale, roll back and down. Once more, lift, hold. So send the shoulders back. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, push your arms wide, slow and strong. Inhale, sweep the arms open. Exhale, tip to the right and stay. Lengthen side body. Big breath in. Exhale, dip your hand towards the knees. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, tip to the left. Open up right side. Breathe in. Exhale, fingertips forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. One more. Inhale, the arms to the sky. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Reach out through your fingers. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, take your twist to the left. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Forehead to ground, fingertips up to the ceiling. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, twist to the right again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist to the left. Come back through. Exhale, fold forward. Fingertips to the sky. Inhale, reach your arms back up. And exhale, hands to heart, thumbs to sternum. Breathe in. Let the breath travel out the mouth. Good. Now let's make our way onto hands and knees for table. Wrists slightly in front of the shoulders. Knees under hips. Spread the hands wide. Index fingers point forward. Inhale, drop the belly. Lift your heart and hips. Exhale, push the floor away. Arch into a cat. Inhale, drop the belly. Look up. Exhale, round. Hollow the back. One more. Come back through neutral, gazing to the thumb. Send your right leg back. Lift your heel in line with your hip bone. Toes point down to the floor. Breathe in. Exhale, knee to nose, round. Inhale, straighten the leg. Flex the foot. Exhale, round. Last time, lengthen the leg. Exhale, knee to nose, round. Now let's send that heel back and then pulse up. Exhale, lower. Pulse up. Lower, one more. Now we're going to pulse up, hover towards the floor. Lift, hover, lift, hover. Last one, squeeze right glute, hover, and then come back through hands and knees. Send your left leg back. Lift your heel, flex your toes down, spread the toes wide, inhale. Exhale, round, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen, flex foot. Exhale, round. One more. Straighten the leg. Heel in line with hip. Now we're going to lift, lower. It's a micro movement. Squeezing left glute. Lift, hover the foot to the floor. Lift, hover the foot. Lift, hover. Last time, squeeze up, hover, and then come back through hands and knees. Walk your hands forward, a palm print. Tuck your back toes under and lift your sits bones all the way up to the ceiling for our first downward facing dog. Let's begin to pedal out the legs, lifting, lowering your heels. Move your hips a little side to side. Keep a soft bend in the elbows. Shake the head, yes, no. Any other movement that feels good. 2 more rounds of breath. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, bring your knees halfway down. Inhale, straighten legs. Exhale, bend the knees halfway. Last time. Bend your knees halfway down and pause. Hold here. Send your sits bones higher. Keep your knees bent. And then straighten the legs and soften the heels towards the earth. Round of breath in. Round of breath out. Walk your feet to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Let's catch opposite elbows and sway the torso right to left. Front to back. Keep your knees soft, your toes soft, back of the neck relaxes. Release your hands towards the earth. Inhale, hands to shins, half lift, lengthen spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Last time, inhale, half lift, lengthen out the crown of the head. And on your exhale, drop your hips to your heels. Send your arms up to the ears for chair pose. Make sure you can see your toes, and then you're tucking your tail, squeezing your glutes, reaching your arms up. 3 breaths in chair. Good. Push into your feet. Inhale, rise all the way up. Tip back. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, prayer through midline, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, tip back. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift your prayer. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, the arms overhead, tip back. Exhale, hands to heart. Last time. Inhale, lift your prayer. Exhale, lead with the heart, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Bend your knees and roll all the way up to standing, nice and slow. Head arrives last. And once you arrive, circle the shoulders back 3 times. Bring your hands onto your hips. Now we're going to load up the right leg and step your left foot to the back of the mat. So you're going to want to come as high up as you can on your left heel. Left leg is straight, right knee bends, hands on hips, tuck your tail. Okay, keep your shoulders above your hips, breathe in. Exhale, dip and hover back knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Lengthen and bend. 2 more. Hover. Hover and hold. Relax the shoulders. 1 more breath. Exhale, step forward. Relax your arms by your sides. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, tip to the right. Right elbow to hip. Lengthen out left side body. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, tip to the left. Left elbow to hip. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, hands to heart. Okay, I'm turning on my fan. And now we're loading up the left leg and stepping the right foot to the back of the mat. So lift your right heel as high as it'll go. Right leg is straight, left knee bends. Tuck your tail. Here we go. Breathe in. Exhale, hover right knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend and hover. Lift. Lower. 2 more. Pause. Hold. Both knees are bent. Squeeze, squeeze. Breathe in. Exhale, step forward. Forward. Standing tall in your mountain pose. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, circle arms back. Place your hands on your low back. Elbows draw in. Push your hips forward. Puff up your chest and heart. Open the throat. If it feels safe in the neck, the head drops back. Standing back bend. Breathe in. Exhale, fold forward. Hands trace the back lining of the legs. Inhale, half lift. Lengthen spine. And on your exhale, plant your hands and release down to the knees for tabletop. Now let's take our blocks. or whatever prop you have underneath your shoulders. Let's start with the blocks on their highest setting. Now we need to bring the knees behind the hip bones because we need to give our hips some space to descend. Inhale the right leg back. Point the toe this time. Draw the inner thighs towards each other. Hold here. And on your exhale, you're stepping that foot forward so that the front knee comes over the ankle. And then walk your blocks back so they're underneath the shoulders. Low lunge. Here we go. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Pulsing, straighten and bend. One more. Stay here. Make sure that ankle is directly underneath the knee. And then roll the shoulders back and down. You're staying on your blocks or reaching your arms up to the ceiling. Draw the right heel back, the left knee forward. Lengthen out the sides of your body. And if you'd like to go for something a little bit more challenging, circle your arms back, interlace the hands, and then draw your knuckles towards your back heel as you open the front body. Three more breaths. Inhale the arms back up. Exhale, hands to blocks. Now let's straighten that right leg. You might need to bump your right heel further forward, coming into our half split. Push the heel down into the floor. Peel your toes back towards the ankle so the foot is super flexed. We're going to take an IT band stretch. So what you need to do is start to move your left shin to the left. So start slow, maybe move it a little bit. And if you feel like you can take it further, find the edge of the mat. If you want to take it further, come off of your mat, maybe onto your carpet or wood floor. And then you keep deciding how far further you want to take it. And then this is where you can maybe bring your blocks to a lower setting. Bend your elbows. Relax. We're lengthening our breath and holding the pose. Keep your hips square. Soften at the elbows. Soften the back of the neck. We've got 5 more breaths. Open the toes. Peel them back. And then bring your left shin back to where it was. Rebend the right knee, sink your hips, and set your blocks off to the side. Now let's plant the hands underneath the shoulders and gently shift back through tabletop. Move your hips side to side. Okay, once we arrive back in table, we want the knees underneath the hip bones again. So let's start by reaching the right arm up to the sky and then threading the arm to the right, bend left elbow, inhale, lift, exhale, thread, one more time, thread the arm through. You're coming onto right temple, right shoulder, left arm stretches along the ear, or maybe starts to walk over to the right side of your mat, even out the weight in the legs. Lengthy breaths. Three more rounds of rich, rich breath. Good. Now place the left hand underneath the left shoulder. Reach the right arm back up. Circle out the wrist in both directions. And then let's come back through tabletop. Okay, let's do the left side. I'm going to turn around so you can see me better. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread to the right, bend right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, thread. Inhale, lift. We're going to thread and pause. Left shoulder, left side of face. Right arm reaches along the ear. And now we're going to slowly walk that arm to the left side of the mat. And then stop where you need to. You're in control of intensity. Even out the weight hip to hip. And then breathe. Three more rounds of deep breathing. Then walk your right hand back to the right. Place the right hand underneath the right shoulder. Reach the left arm all the way up. Circle out your wrist in one direction and then in the other. And then let's meet back on hands and knees. Okay, it's time to do the left side. So just like we did before, we're starting high on our blocks, walking our knees behind the hip bones. And then let's straighten the left leg back. Point your toes away and then lock inner thighs towards midline. Keep pointing. Breathe in. Exhale, step through between your blocks. Make sure the front knee's over the ankle, and then we place our blocks underneath our shoulders. Roll the shoulders back and down, and then let's start to pulse. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. One more time. And you're either staying on your blocks or starting to reach your arms up to the ceiling. Square the hips. Just like on the previous side, you're drawing the left heel back and the right knee forward. Reach out through your arms, but keep your shoulders in their sockets. And if you're going for that little challenge, circle your arms back, interlace the fingers with the non-dominant forefinger on top, and send your fist back to your heel. Shoulder blades together and down the back. Open the throat. Keep the breath flowing in and out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to blocks. Now let's straighten the front leg again, bumping that left heel as far forward as you'd like. And we're going to start to work with that IT band stretch. So start by taking your right shin more to the right. Stop, test the waters, and then maybe you find the right edge of the mat. And then maybe you come off of your mat to your floor. And then this is where we can take our stretch deeper by lowering our blocks, by bending the elbows and letting the torso come down. Remember, we're peeling the toes back towards the ankle. We're softening the parts of the body that we aren't using. And of course, lengthening the breath. If you feel any discomfort with the left leg straight, then bend the knee. Otherwise, you're engaging that left thigh by lifting your left kneecap. Hips are neutral and square. 5 more breaths. Good work. Now bend the left knee. Shift your weight forward. Hands under shoulders. Transition back through table. And let's sway our hips from right to left, evening out side to side. And then tuck the toes, plant the palms, elevate your sits bones to the ceiling, downward facing dog. Let's bend the right knee, hold the left leg straight. Send your hips up to the sky. Alternate, straighten right leg, bend left knee, sits bones up. Straighten both legs. Keep a soft bend in your knees. And now we're walking our hands back to our feet, coming into a forward fold. Shake the head yes, shake the head no, and roll all the way up to standing. Head arrives last. So once you arrive, let's bring our hands to our hearts. Lift the right knee in line with the right hip bone. Toes are flexing and pointing forward. And then reach your arms up to the sky. Standing crane pose. Push down through the left leg. Find that focal point. Something in your room that does not move so you can find your balance and stay here. Let's add a twist. Left hand to right knee. Right arm reaches back. Start by looking to the right and then possibly over your shoulder towards your right fingers. And then reach your arms back up to the sky. And exhale, release back to mountain. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs, let it go. And then let's do the other side. Hands to heart, lift your left knee, flex your toes, and then add the arms to frame your face. Try to keep the entire body stacked as you push down through the right leg. Breathe, relax the face. Three more breaths. Now let's cross right hand to left knee. Left arm reaches back. Send your gaze over to the left. And then maybe over your left shoulder towards your left fingertips. Good job. Reach your arms back up along your ears. And exhale, mountain pose. Shake it out, let it go. Inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. Exhale, swan dive into a forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen spine. Exhale, release your hands down and make your way onto hands and knees for tabletop. Let's bring the knees together, the feet together, making our way into a child's pose, hips to heels. But we're going to bring our hands into a prayer. And then we're going to bend the elbows and place that prayer between the shoulders. And then start inching your elbows further forward so you stretch out the triceps. 5 breaths here. Feel the belly pressing into your thighs on your inhale and your belly softening on your exhale.
Let's take 2 more breaths, maybe inching your elbows even further out. And then straighten the arms, plant the hands, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, bend the knees, stack your hip open to the left. Look underneath your left armpit. Maybe you spot your foot there. Make sure it's flexed and that you're spreading the toes wide. And then dip the right shoulder. Your heart is pointing down. Your shoulders are neutral. Now let's take another breath in. Another breath out. Inhale, and on your exhale, guide your right knee to your right wrist and your right foot to the left edge of the mat as you send your left knee and hips down to the floor, setting up for Pigeon Pose. So before we come down, let's lengthen the spine. So you can have your hands on your blocks, you can have your hands on your legs. We're pushing down into that right shin, shoulders back. If you want a little challenge, you're going to circle your arms back here, interlace the hands, and then press your fist towards your back heel like we did in our low lunge. Couple more breaths. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you like. If you're ready to make your way down, release that bind in the hands. Come onto your palms, onto your forearms. You can also place a block on a height that works for you underneath your forearms. Another option is to bring your forearms down and then forehead to the floor. Or I usually stack my palms underneath my forehead, or you can straighten the arms and bring your forehead directly down to the floor. So pick the option that's best suited for you. And then we will stay here and breathe. If it feels good, maybe shifting your hips a little side to side. But make sure your right foot is flexed and your left toes are pointing back and then pushing down into the floor. We want some engagement here. And then soften on top of the engagement. Let's take 5 more rounds of breath. Plant your palms underneath your shoulders, tuck your back toes under, and gently shift back to downward facing dog. Pedal out the legs, move your hips, wag your tail. And then let's take the left side. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, bend the knees, stack the hip open to the right, peeking underneath right underarm, making sure your left foot is flexed. You're spreading the toes wide, and then your shoulders are even. So dip the left shoulder down. Another round of breath. Inhale, left knee wide towards your left wrist. Left foot to the right edge of the mat. Release the right knee and hips down. And just like we did on the other side, let's take a moment for a long spine. You can have blocks underneath your shoulders if you need. Push down into your left shin to lift the upper body. And then if you're going for the challenge,
You're circling your arms back, non-dominant forefinger on top, maybe your palms touch. Lift the arms, shoulder blades together and down. Push into the left shin. Remember, we want to engage. Last round of breath. Release the bind and slowly walk yourself forward, coming onto your palms, onto your forearms, onto a block, and then move slow. Maybe you start high and then you come down. Left foot is flexed, right toes pointing back and pushing into the floor. Your left shin is pressing down, and then we're surrendering on top of that engagement. You're welcome to shift your body weight side to side, maybe a little front to back, whatever feels good here. And then find stillness and breathe. Let's take 5 more breaths. Start to plant the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck your right toes under. Never so gently. Transition back to downward facing dog. Finding the movement that feels beneficial in your body here. Maybe you're shifting into a plank. Maybe you're taking a little vinyasa flow. Let's come back to our knees for table, and we're going to meet on our heels. So for this portion of the practice, I would like you to sit on a block or 2 if you need. This is where we will be using our strap or makeshift strap. Untuck the glutes so the sit bones are directly on your block. And we're going to take a little bit of work to open up the shoulders. So let's start by lengthening the arms up to the ears and then play with the grip. Closer in is going to be more challenging, wider will be less. And then let's reach to the right. Open up the left side body. Peek underneath your left underarm and then trace your arms back. Keep your shoulders above your hips. Keep your knees tight, inner thighs pressing towards center. Inhale back up, exhale tip to the left. Keep tracing your arms back past your ears, looking underneath right underarm. Come back through. Breathe in, exhale, bend the elbows. So now your strap is behind your head. Press the elbows back. Tops of the hands back. You're making a fist here. Okay, breathe in, exhale, twist your torso to the right. Keep pressing the arms back. We're opening up the shoulders.
Come back through center. Breathe in. Now let's take that torso twist to the left. Keep pressing the arms back. Keep your tailbone slightly tucked. Stacking the body. And then come back through. We're going to reach the arms up. Widen your grip here. Breathe in. Exhale, take your arms forward. Strap comes down to the knees. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take that strap all the way back to your lower back. If you need to widen the space between the hands, please do. We should be able to transition front to back with straight arms. And if there's anywhere on this journey that it feels good to hold, feel free. So I know for me, I usually have some tension in my shoulders, so holding here, kind of at shoulder level or somewhere just underneath feels really good in my body. Soften the gaze, feel your breath flowing in and out. Let's take 3 more circles front to back, or you're holding if you prefer to hold. Basically 3 more rounds of breath. Let's take the strap behind our back. Open up the hands, open up the forearms, shoulders rolling back, external rotation of the shoulder joint. 1 more breath in, and exhale, release your strap. Let's shake out the arms. Oh, my arms are sore. And let's cross the right arm in front of the chest. Use your left hand to press it in. And let's go the other way. Draw the left arm in front of your heart. Use your right hand to press in. Relax the shoulders. And release. 1 more shake. Good, we're all done with that. Okay, make your way onto your sits bones. So set your props out of the way. Drink some water if you need. We're going to make our way into a wide-legged seat. Okay, so we're going to use our props for this. I should have said that before. We're going to place our blocks underneath our knees. This changes the way that the stretch feels. And then untuck your glutes. Make sure your sits bones are pressing down, heels into the floor. Shoulders are stacking over hips. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, tip to the right. Send the left arm along the ear. And then we're going to keep reaching. Maybe you're coming down to your right forearm. Maybe you find your foot. And that doesn't really matter. We're reaching in that direction, but maybe you're able to grab onto your foot and take a peek underneath your left underarm. And then let's slowly lift back up. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, tip to the left. Left arm reaches to the right, right arm reaches to the left. Start by opening up slowly, and then maybe your left forearm comes down, and maybe you catch your toes, and take a peek underneath your right underarm. Nice. Now come all the way back up. We're going to lengthen the spine. We're leading with the heart, so you want to keep a flat back. Lengthen out through the top of the head. Come as far forward as you can, and then from there, bend elbows and round. A few more breaths. Slowly roll back up. Now we're going to remove the blocks, and you're going to notice how the stretch changes. So now we're pushing the knees down, pushing the heels down, lengthening the spine. We're going to walk forward again. Tilt the pelvis forward. Stop where you need to. Lengthen the spine. Breathe. Feet are active. One more breath here. Inhale, and on your exhale, round. Bend the elbows and soften. Keep the legs engaged. You're still pushing down through your heels, down through the knees. One more breath. And then we're going to come all the way up. This is a challenge. If you like to take it, please continue. If not, just stay where you are. Circle the right arm back. Plant the palm. Push down into your heels. Float the hips. Left arm along ear. One more inhale. And exhale, release your seat down. Circle the left arm back. Push down into your heels. Lift your hips, right arm along ear. And then come back down. Use your hands to help bring the legs together. Okay, now once you arrive, we're going to swing the legs over to the side. Make your way onto tabletop. Walk your knees further back, your arms further forward. Shift shoulders over wrists, modified plank. Bend elbows and lower all the way down to your belly. So we're going to start on our forearms. We're going to keep the right leg straight and open the left knee to the left. Toes are flexed and pointing away. Half frog pose. So start high. See how that feels. If that feels good, then maybe you start to come down to your forehead. And then just let the body melt. So imagine every muscle softening towards the earth. Let the shoulders go. Let any tension in the face release. You can also play with maybe straightening your leg here or lifting that knee higher. You know, feel out the body. See, listen to what it's telling you. And then arrive onto the forearms. Little challenge here, you're going to push down through the inner lining of the foot and see if you can lift the right knee. Woo-wee! And then release that back down. Straighten the right leg back. And now we're going to take our left knee wide. Start on your forearms. Toes are pointing out. And then release down. And you start to maybe play with that leg. So lifting the knee higher up towards the shoulder, maybe straightening the leg here. And then let the breath be your guide. So just let the breath take over as you feel the stretch. Body softens.
All right, let's arrive back onto our forearms. If your leg is straight, rebend it. Push down through that inner lining of the foot and see if you can lift the right knee. Woo! Not easy. One more breath. And exhale, release. Let's straighten both legs back. Hands under shoulders. Inhale, push up through tabletop. Exhale, child's pose with the knees wide. Forehead to the floor. Hands wrap back around the heels. Embryo pose. Inhale fully. Hold that breath inside your body. Exhale out the mouth. 2 more, breathe in. Fill up, pause. Release. 1 more time, 3-dimensional breath. Durga Pranayama. Exhale. Hands under shoulders. Swing your legs over to the side. Come onto your sits bones. Bring your feet together, knees together, hands under thighs. Float the shins, supported boat. If you don't want the support, you're reaching your arms forward. Maybe taking it further by straightening the legs. Shoulders back and down. 3 more breaths. Rebend the knees, hands to the backs of the thighs, feet on the floor, and roll all the way down to your back body. Let's bring your arms down by your hips. Walk your heels closer in and windshield wiper the knees from right to left. Easy twists. Draw your knees to your heart space. Rock a little side to side, massaging low back. Keep the right knee to the chest. Straighten the left leg long. Push your heel into the floor. Flex the feet. Breathe in. Exhale, cross right knee over chest to the left. Open your right arm to the right and peek over your shoulder. Good job. Roll onto your back. Straighten the right leg. Bend the left knee. Give it a squeeze. Flex the feet. Spread the toes. Inhale. Exhale. Cross left knee over midline to the right. Open up the left arm and look over your shoulder. Roll onto your back. We're going to make our way into final resting pose. If there's anything extra you need, a happy baby, another twist, a back bend of some sort, feel free to take it. Otherwise, you're straightening your arms and legs off the edges of the mat. Or, I like to end my practice in a supported bridge pose. So for that, you lift your hips. Place your block underneath your sacrum. Make sure the sacrum is the bony part of the lumbar spine, the lower back, so not getting into the spine. You're supported here. I like to keep my feet on the floor, knees pointing up. Another option is to heel toe your feet to the edges of the mat and lightly knock your knees in towards each other. Let your arms rest wherever they feel comfortable. Draw the shoulder blades in so the heart can lift. Close your eyes. Relax the body. Shavasana, final resting pose. welcome to stay here for as long as you'd like. If you're ready to continue with the rest of your day, lift your hips, set your block off to the side. Let's lengthen the arms along the ears, straighten the legs. Find a full body stretch. Cross your right ankle over your left ankle. Reach both arms over to the right, inner thigh squeeze. Release, cross left ankle over right ankle. Reach your arms out to the left. Opening up the right side, inner thigh squeeze, point your toes away. Come back through, uncross the legs, draw your knees to your heart, final embrace. Maybe lifting forehead to knees and flexing feet. Rocking a little side to side before rolling onto your right side into a fetal position, resting your head on your bottom arm. Connecting with your body and breath. And eventually pressing up into a comfortable seat on your mat, keeping your gaze soft. Inhale the arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart, Anjali Mudra. Take a full breath in. Let the breath pour out of your body. Bow chin to chest. Thank yourself for arriving, for showing up, for practicing with me. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.